the finish line. I am very good, Steely, thank you very much. Looking forward to this round. Codcamper starting his first lap of this short qualifying session, braking just about the curb into turn 1, using a bit of battery into turn 2. Don't hit the wall on the exit of turn 3. You want to use a bit of battery, not a lot, because you want to save it down for the big, long, kilometre or longer final straight. As you go into turn 5 now, don't hit the wall. You slight tap on the wall there for Codcamper, but this is still going to be a good lap. He has been upgraded this week to the Haas. He has not yet unlocked the Cherry Blossom Suzuka livery from earlier in the real life season, so he is running this Haas livery instead. As you can also see other drivers starting a run. I believe drivers behind him are Tacit, who is not in the commentary box this weekend. He is not racing in assist here on Sunday apparently, so he is elected to race this week instead, leaving me on my poor sod in the commentary box. That was almost rhyming. Anyway, Codcamper coming to the proverbial final corner. You don't need to brake for the rest of this lap now as you burn all the battery. Now is burning. More burning than that song by Ellie Goulding. As you can see, his battery getting even lower, but the speed going up. He's on 214 miles an hour as he comes to the line. Now he starts off with a 1:39.2, which means next up to the line is going to be Rothwell. He's invalidated, so that will not be his first run. But Tacit is up next. We'll see what Tacit can produce. He's up to 218 miles an hour, so maybe a little look into the setups that people are running. Tacit has run a 42.3, and Nico in the Mercedes has run a 39.3. Up next is going to be a Williams and Killian, who puts it P3. Unless Ethan is up next, but it has invalidated, as Alessio will be the next driver. He was in the running for the championship at the start, but he's been upgraded this week to the Alpine, and he puts himself P4 with a 40.5. John returning this week puts himself into third with a 39.6. Deflated Wheat also starting a lap now. We've got the two Alpine drivers starting a out lap as it currently stands, and I believe the next driver to finish a lap is going to be Wismit. Someone has gone straight on at turn 3, which is not what you want to do. As you could see that happen maybe in the race a couple of times. We don't want any dangerous things to happen though, because if they do, you're going to be a little bit as Codcamper has unfortunately left his car. Luckily he had finished his lap, so he will not miss out anything. Wismit coming to the line now. He's got a lot of battery left to play with. He's at 214 miles an hour, puts himself up to P6 in the McLaren. Rothwell is going to be next on the track. He invalidated his first run, but he comes into the pit lane. Codcamper is officially back. To be Falcon, who is making his debut in realistic day. Of course, he is in the Haas team in assist hit on a Sunday, but he is electing to race tonight in his third debut in realistic. Deflated Wee, the gunning for the championship along with Codcamper, is coming to the line now, where he will put himself in comparison to his championship rival. He puts himself just over half a tenth behind. He goes into P2, which means up next are the two Aston Martins. You've got Leo in the car ahead. He puts himself into P6 with a 140.1, and Flipperlister up next, pushing himself in just ahead of his teammate with very identical times. Lovely stuff. But you do not want to get all four tyres over the line, otherwise you will invalidate your run. Going now into turn 15, very big curb on the left hand side. You do not want to hit the wall, otherwise that will be a front wing gone if you're not careful. I know from Tuesday's race, as I hit that wall, it was not fun. Falcon now coming to the line, burns a bit later than what you'd imagine. He's got not as much battery to play with as you would want to see, but he's got on 1% and he's run out of battery at 208 miles an hour, so he puts himself into P9. A couple more drivers getting out on their formation ups for their second runs in this session. Motivation will be high for this race, as he did win a race in China, not in IIRL, but he did win a China race on Wednesday, on last night, so his motivations will be very high for this race, and he will be looking for another good result 2 days in a row. Everyone else coming out on their outlaps for the second run in this qualifying session. Rothwell starting the battery maybe a bit earlier than you expect, or at least compared to what I've been doing in my practice for the assisted race on Sunday. As you can see now, he enters turn 2, has got a bit of traffic to go through. He's got the Alpine of, I want to say, Ethan, which it is. So Ethan has got out of the very way nicely. Could be a little bit of a slipstream for Rothwell, but he is not. Ethan has got way out of his way quick enough, so that way it probably wasn't enough of a benefit. Congratulations to the Riddler on your 65th stream streak. I hope you enjoy the streams, mate. Rothwell now entering this right-hander here. I can't remember which corner number it is, but it's very easy to invalidate here. So you do not want to cut over that curb, otherwise it could be very, very dangerous there. Rothwell getting a nice little exit out of the castle section, burning the battery down to turn 15. Gets over the curb, doesn't go over the curb on the left-hand side. Burning a bit more battery before entering the final corner now, or the proverbial final corner. No braking is required from this point onwards until you reach turn 1. And through the technical final corner now, he's still got loads of battery. There is a car just slightly up the road that is a McLaren, but is not going to be able to get a slipstream off him. And Rothwell puts himself P6 just behind Killian in the Williams. And then Ethan has just started a run now, I believe. Next to the line is going to be Nico. He is 2 tenths up, looking for another pole position. But Nico will put himself ahead of Codcamper as it currently stands with a 1:39.107. Next up to the line is Padge doing a 1:50, maybe doing a double run. Then Killian is just started a run now, and Tacit is coming to the line, 215 miles an hour, goes P12 with a 4/10 improvement. Next up to the line is going to be John Don. He's 2 tenths up, looking to put himself into P2, and he stays P5. Then Alessio is now P6 as well, and Deflated Wheat is starting a run as well, which means next to finish a run is going to be Wizmitten. He's 3 tenths up, has recently moved to the wheel, so is maybe looking to use his a slight advantage with the control of his car. And see what he can produce this week. Silly wondering who the Riddler is. I don't know, but he sounds like a cracking chat mate. He sounds like a great guy. I don't know who he is, but he sounds like a cracking guy. Wizmitten coming to the line now. Goes P10. He goes ahead of Falcon with a 40.3. Next up to the line is going to be Ethan. He DNF'd on Tuesday in the pit lane. I'm not going to let him forget that. He goes just ahead of his teammate of the evening and goes P6. Next up to the line is going to be Padge. He was doing a double push lap. And Padge will go to position 13. He goes up to P13 with a 40.6, just behind Falcon by 10 hundredths. 100th. I don't know. I gotta be honest. Maths was never my thing. Has invalidated his run. We got deflated Wee getting a lovely slipstream from his teammate for the evening in John and goes to pole. He's almost in the 39s. Very close times there at the top of the pack between deflated Wee and Nico. Next up to the line is going to be Leo. He is 5/10 up. And Leo will go P6. We'll go back to P6 where he was before. And that, I believe, is it from the drivers that are all setting runs at the moment. So we've got a little bit of chill time. Killian, congratulations on reaching a 10-stream streak. Thank you very much for tuning in, my friend. I hope your track life is going much better tonight than it will on Sunday. Of course, if you have not been tuning into a sister, Killian could wrap up the assist tier championship on Sunday if SOX does not outscore him by at least 4 points. I don't know why I'm speaking to myself about myself in the third person, but you know, we do what we do. As Padge and X are entering the pit lane there, we got drivers coming on to outlaps now. Leo has invalidated his run, goes very, very wide off the track at the exit of the castle section. He is just about to start a run now. Flipilista was P9 in the race in Miami and DNF from a sprint and hasn't competed before that since Abu Dhabi. Padge retiring from the session, so he is done for this qualifying session. But Flipilista exiting turn 2 now. Gets his battery on and hopefully has low enough wings so that way this does not affect him. Leo has retired from the session in the pit lane. Deflated Wee also retiring, so he thinks that he is safe or just doesn't have enough time to make it out of the garage in time. Filipalista is now about to come onto a lot of traffic now. He is going to the Ferrari of Rothwell is going to let him through very nice. It's a very, very big tap on the wall there. Maybe cost him a good bit of time. No one has done a Charles Leclerc yet. Of course, this McLaren is going to let him through ahead now. Flipster coming down on the run to turn 15. Very, very tricky braking zone. Does not use the curb on the right. It's, you can hear it as a tap on the wall there. Killian letting through Flipster. There's on the burn on the way to the line. Burning, burning, burning. You just gotta let it burn, like Ellie Goulding says. Just keep burning. More burn, more burn, more burn, and it is going to be P7 for Flipperlister. Next up to the line is going to be Killian starting a run. I believe that means that John is going to be the next to the line. No, it is not. It is going to be Alessio. Of course, was in the running for the Realistic Tier Championship early on in the season. Has unfortunately missed a couple of, I think it was 2 races. So that has taken him out of contention slightly. As Wizard Mitten is out of the session. I believe that's actually a DNF. I believe that was on track. He went into the wall. That guy has joined just in time. That is very, very good timing there from that guy to make it out just in time. Sorry, we're not on board with the man who is going to be crossing the line first. He has got the fastest Sector 2. Don't worry, was admitted. I'd love to see a clip of that. I think that's funny. But I hope your race will go better. Alessio crosses the line, stays P7. P6. John goes up to P3. Next up to the line is going to be Falcon. He's 3/10 up, goes P11 ahead of Wizard Mitten. Ethan is up next, goes P5. Mercedes of Nico is up next, doesn't make it to the pole position. Codcamper stays P4. Championship leader is P4. Killian is up next, he's got a 4/10 improvement. He has the improvement to make it into pole position. And Killian's going to get it! Killian's on pole! Killian's on pole. Rothwell is up to P7. And that means it's just Tacit left to go. But Killian is going to be on pole position for this race. Those are some close times. He's the only driver to make it into the 38. But that is a lovely, lovely lap there from Killian as Tacit pulls into the pit lane. He is going to start from the back of the grid alongside that guy who joined just in time and is in the Mercedes for this week. That is some big limbs for Killian there. He is going to be very chuffed and is definitely going to be looking forward to Sunday's race, where he is trying to round out the Assisted Championship. He is currently P4 in the realistic tier standings as well. So maybe he is looking for a jump on Alessio. He's 15 points off Alessio in third. But that is it for the qualifying session here in Azerbaijan for realistic tier. Killian is on pole. Very, very tight gap there with Deflated Wee and Nico, who are P2 and P3. John is P4, Codcamper P5, Ethan P6, Rothwell P7, Alessio P8, Leo P9, Flipperlister P10, Falcon P11, Wizardbitten P12, Padge P13, Tacit P14, and that guy P15. Wizardbitten in the chat saying that only Hamilton can drive with 3 tyres. I mean, if there's a will, there's a way. But right now we're getting underway for the formation lap, and we will now see the tyre strategies that people have gone for. We got six drivers on the hard tyres, including the pole sitter of Killian. Deflated Week going for the alternative strategy, or Killian, Nico, and John going for the alternate strategy. I myself, well, thinking about the strategies, you will most likely be seeing a one-stop strategy from most drivers this race, with the hard tyres as these race strategies powered by AWS say that the medium tyre drivers will most likely go to any lap between lap 10 and 13, and the hard tyre drivers will mostly go to like lap 16, I think. So you might be seeing the crossover around lap 6 or 7, I would say, for when the hard tyres become the better tyre. And more importantly, tyre wear in this race is just going to be about not sliding. It's quite tyre wear round Azerbaijan, round the streets of Baku is not as bad as it was last week in Miami. But if you do slide around and you slide your rear end, then it is most likely going to be very, very difficult for you tyres to make it to the end of the race. As you can see now, Killian is making his way to his grid box for his pole position. It is his first pole of the season. He of course has won a race in realistic tier. He of course won Abu Dhabi. As you can see, drivers getting disqualified, so they have been moved back by 3 meters in their grid box. And you see Killian pointing towards John, but it's 5 red lights, and away they fly. Lovely little start from the hatch there of Codcamper. Having a look down the inside of John, but Deflated Wee does make the move into P1 from the start. John having a look on Nico. Does a lovely move there from Nico. A lovely dive. There's a big dive there from Tacit. I think that was Tacit. Tacit is round. He's got a 10-second time penalty for a collision there. Tacit getting involved with many drivers there. Wow. Ethan and John swapping places for P4. Apologies that I was focused on the Tacit thing, but I saw him go deep, and that was mental there. You got Codcamper and Ethan now fighting through turn 5 and 6. Yet I don't have a lot of good things to say about that. It was a heavy dive. We saw the lockup, we saw the smoke there. That was something to behold. And he's got a 10-second time penalty to show for it as well. We go back to the front of the grid. Deflated Wee has pulled an 8-10 gap to Killian as it currently stands. He is using those medium tyres to the effect as you would hope. See him also setting the fastest sector 2 as it currently stands. It is the first lap. We have got a very long race to go. Killian is almost out of a second, but it does look like Killian, even with those hard tyres, is maybe running slightly lower wings than Deflated Wee. So he is able to stay within DRS. Of course, a couple of years back, Codcamper getting past John very easily there with the use of his wings. Killian and Deflated Deflated Wee getting lost behind Nico, so he's lost 2 places as Falcon and Flipperlister are entering the pit lane. I believe Tacit are having a wing replacement as well. Killian is back through on the lead. I don't know what happened to Deflated Wee, but I presume that he had a little bit of a slide on the exit of turn 1, and that allowed Killian and Nico to get through. So that does mean there has been an altercation in the podium places. Oh, very slidey there for Rothwell at the back. He hasn't lost the position because of it, but that was a very big slide there. Tacit now exiting the pit lane. And maybe Tacit not as comfortable yet with the Baku Street as he would hope. Leo and Rothwell now. Rothwell has gone into a wall. He's lost a couple of positions, and he has lost his front left wing end plate, so he has got damage there. Nico looking at Killian, and he will be within DRS. Maybe we'll be seeing some DRS games later into this race, but right now it does look more and more likely that Nico will make a breeze of Killian. As it currently stands, he will go into the race lead. Alessio also getting past Leo. Nico and Codcamper setting the fastest lap of the race. Nico not close enough to make the move as of yet, but he will get DRS down this second straight. If he gets a good exit now, you can see them all messing with their battery. Looks like a little bit of a shake at the back there for Wizard Mitten, but Nico not trying to make the move. He's gone into a wall. That was a big tap in the wall there for Nico. He has not got any damage though, so he will get off scot-free. Just making sure the damage weren't for anyone else, and it wasn't, so it was damage for Nico, and Alessio also having a little shake along with the McLaren of Wizard Mitten. But this race is still up for grabs. You've got the top 5 all within a second of each other. A little gap between Ethan and John at the moment, so Ethan looking to push as best as he can to try and get within the 1 second gap for DRS, otherwise he'll be losing a lot of time. Bit of smoke there from Killian, but Nico breaking very late there, and it looks like it hasn't been of effect to him. If still will be within DRS of Killian, but maybe Nico is just allowing Killian to tag him along. Let's see right now, he's not getting close enough. Codcamper has got past Deflated Wee now, so championship leader has passed his championship rival. And Alessio and Ethan also getting into some battles. Very, little bit deep there from Deflated Wee, but there's been no actual switches out. Wizardmitten getting the first 3 second time penalty of this race. As you can see, Nico maybe having a little look to move. That guy has got his way past Wizardmitten now. Of course, had started from the back of the grid after not doing qualifying. But Killian just trying to lead this train and get as far away possible from his rivals as he can. He has got a big gap. The gap between Alessio and John has gained to 2.1 seconds. So as they exit the castle section now, he is going to be hoping that he can break even more. But Alessio does maybe look like he is slightly catching, as the gap is fluctuating every corner. Maybe the Alpine's downforce is allowing him to be quicker than everyone else during the second sector. And as you can see now, Nico is maybe getting closer. He's getting closer and closer, but will he actually go for the move this lap? He didn't. He decided against it on the previous 2 laps. He's not going to be close enough. He's not gained enough time. So maybe Killian is just has a better wing setup, and has allowed Nico to not catch up. Ethan getting a 3 second time penalty, that is not going to be good for the hopeful. Leo and Ethan swapping places into turn 2. As you go back up to the front of the grid now, Killian still leading the way here. Rothwell maybe looking. Oh, Rothwell's out of the race! Rothwell's out. Safety car! That's a safety car! That is Rothwell out of the race. He's hit the inside wall of turn 3, and that is the first safety car of this race. And I apologise to Rothwell to catching the end of that. And Wizardman's got a drive-through for speeding under the safety car. That is not what he would have wanted. There's Steely there saying you can't park. Can't park there, sir. Rothwell is now out of this race. He was. I'll count that as a commentator's curse for wishing him the best of motivation after he won a race in China yesterday. So that does mean that we have the first safety car of this race. It is rating for Killian to go round. But I think it might be a bit too early for a safety car pit stops as it currently stands. I mean, you might see some of the medium runners come in because it's maybe about 5-6 laps outside his pit window, outside their pit window, maybe moving to a 2-stop. But I wouldn't be surprised if Killian and Nico just stayed on this set of tyres. Killian decides to come in. Nico carries on. Pod is in. Deflated Wee is in. John is in. So the Sauber drivers are double stacking. Alessio is in. Leo is in. Ethan is in. Wizardmitten continues on. That guy continues on. So that will be a Padge comes in. Falcon comes in. Flippalista and Tacit are a bit far out as it currently stands. But that is a big jump there. Killian pitting onto the medium set compound of tyres. So that is a big gain there from Nico, who's gained to P1. Wizardmitten has jumped to P2. And that guy has jumped up to P3 from the back of the grid. So as we go into the race director, we'll look at the drivers that have pit. So Killian pit for the mediums, Cod pit for the hards. Deflated Wee's done a medium, so he will have to come in again. Alessio onto the hards. Padge has done a medium, Flipperlista medium. Everyone else has pit for the alternate tyre. As you can see, Tacit did continue on as he pit on lap 1, and Flipperlista has come in for a set of a hard compound of tyres. I apologise to Rothwell for commentators cursing him, but he did go into the wall, so technically his own fault. Oh, Rothwell did the same thing that Liam did on we did on Tuesday in qualifying. So that's what ended his race early. As we now wait for the back of the grid to catch up. As we'll go into position gainers, Codcamper does have the fastest lap as it currently stands. Wizard Mitten having the drive-through. Wizard Mitten does have a drive-through, so hopefully he'll serve that as soon as he possibly can. The biggest gainers of the race so far have been Wizard Mitten and that guy who is up 12 positions using the safety car to his benefit. Biggest loser so far is John and Ethan and Flipperlista, but they have all pit under the safety car, so there is nothing to worry about there. From what I remember, Johnny B, Deflated Wee, I think he broke slightly too late. No, it was Deflated Wee broke slightly too late, and then committed to the corner. But I think Rothwell will know more about that because I was competing in that race. So if Rothwell's still in the chat, he can describe it better than I can because I can't fully remember. Rothwell saying slightly graceful, the inside Barrett turn grid sheared off his front left. I am doing very, very well. Rothwell safety car is going to be on this lap. I hope you are doing very, very well despite your DNF from today. And well, I mean, I did mention your win yesterday and how you've been motivated again, but commentator's curse strikes again. Honestly, I'm just hoping to finish the race, to be honest with you, Rothwell. I'm really just hoping to finish the race on Sunday. I've given up all hope for the championship, so I might do a last to first. But Nico, waiting till the last possible moment. He's got Wizard Mitten behind him, who has been very, very much caught out there by Nico. So maybe as we go, there is a battle. As there's a terrible camera angle. They look like they're going 3 wide. Codcamper, Killian. And, oh, contact there between that guy and that guy loses out to Deflated Wee, and there's a whole load of position changes there. This is very, very chaotic safety car restart there as someone, the Aston Martin's gone into the wall. That I don't know if that was Leo. That might have been, that was Leo. Oh, and Alessio making a move on that guy, and Codcamper getting past Wizard Mitten as Deflated Wee. Oh, move round the outside there. Very, very, very nice move there. Falcon also getting past Leo. Alessio getting past Wizard Mitten. Lovely dive there from Alessio. That was a great overtake there. As Leo also gets past Falcon as well. Looking at maybe going too wide, but Falcon looks like he went into the wall there. At the castle section is not what you want to do. Oh, someone is in the wall. That might thought that was a yellow flag. It was not. Tacit is losing out of time. Oh, it's gap to the leader. That's why. gap to Killian does have a 5/10 gap to Nico ahead of him, which does mean that Killian will have the benefit of DRS if he doesn't make it past this up, but he is going for the move now. As Ethan also gets past that guy, but Wizardmitten entering the pit lane now to serve his drive-through will push him down to the back of the grid. Codcamper, Leo going into the back of Ethan. Lovely little fat battle here between Flipperlista and Falcon, as they look to go. So someone hit the wall there. This camera angle doesn't really do it justice, as John getting involved there with Flipperlista and Falcon. John making the move on the red bull. Someone went into the wall there. There's been a lot of crunchy here tonight. Might have to bring back time, but call it crunch time instead. Crunch time is here and is around Baku. Lots of drivers hitting the wall. I don't know if anyone has got end plate damage as it currently stands, but we look through the drivers, loads and loads of crunchy, but it doesn't look like any drivers have been caught out. Killian just making things boring. I mean, Nico is just right and biding his time. That guy getting a 3-second time penalty in this race. He is currently running P8 after starting from the back of the grid. John getting past him into turn 15. Wow, Falcon and Falcon's round. Falcon is round. He went into the back of the side of that guy and is now fallen down to the back of the grid. He's got right end plate damage, but that has Steely saying I can't use the word boring on the stream. Yeah, I won't, because that's not my style. We look forward to things. We have hope, as Flipperlista getting past Padge and Padge getting past that guy in some sort of order there. But this has been move central. Falcon getting past Tacit, even with the wing damages. Tacit has gone straight on at turn 1. Apologies, that was a fire the TV crew again. I'll go through my 10th TV crew this season. Yeah, that's a very good point there, Rothwell. Nico's tyre wear is, even though he's on the hard tyres, he is driving on controller, which does mean that his tyre wear is going to be slightly worse than anything else. Rothwell reporting that Tacit got put in the wall by Wizardmitten, so maybe the steward, myself, will have to figure that out at the end of this race. Of course, Tacit is running in P14 currently, just ahead of his teammate who has DNF'd in is the lovely Rothwell in my Twitch chat right now. Back up to the front of the grid now. Nico is very much closer. He's 4/10 behind as it currently stands. He did get a good, decent run out of the final corner. Killian does look to have the higher wing, so maybe with a right run round this final technical corner. So Killian is not losing as much time as Nico would like. The gap went to 6/10 and then is back down to 4/10. So currently Nico is not gaining anything on Killian, even with those 11 laps old hard tyres. But maybe this is what Nico wants. Maybe Nico just wants to sit in the DRS of Killian and just wait until he needs to pit, because as it currently stands, you might be expecting them both to pit at the same time. Leo getting past Ethan into turn 3. That is a close battle. You've kind of got two trains as it currently stands. You've got the top 4. You've got Alessio, who's kind of on his own, unfortunately, and then you've got Leo down to John, who is getting stuck here in this little train. So maybe John, of course, is the 4-time NA champion, is looking for a 5th. Of course, he did miss NA Miami last week, so he is slightly in the down running at the moment, but he did. So the gap between Deflated Wheat and John in NA in no assist, I believe it's 3 points going into the final 2 rounds. As Ethan there scraping the wall very, very nicely. Let's see if Nico is going to make a move on Killian, but he's not going to be close enough. As it currently stands, Codcamper maybe looking more likely at making a move. Yeah, Codcamper getting past Nico. Nico not putting up a fight. Tacit getting a 3-second time penalty at turn 15. As Ethan and Leo swap positions again. John not making any risky moves as of yet. Rothwell is saying that he can take this tyre as long as he's lifting. Yeah, that's a very good point. Nico may be saving his tyres for as long as possible because he will not have. He is done the one stop. John getting past Leo now, as very respectful very respectful there from. Oh, John's been put in the wall by Leo. That's not good. John has got away scot-free with wing damage, but Leo there pushing John maybe a slight bit too much. It's very respectful from John going into turn 3, but Leo just maybe getting caught out on the brakes there. And oh, Leo's in the wall behind. Leo has been put himself into the wall. He's got a little bit of understeer, maybe a bit oversteer there. And he's lost a bit of wing there. As Rothwell feels like Anthony Davidson listening to team radios. John damage and Nico just lost an end plate. Honestly, yeah, that's going to be crazy because we saw it on Tuesday when Codcamper pit. He had the tiniest bit of end plate damage and he pit for a new front wing. Let's stick Rothwell in the Skypad. Well, what's the news in the Skypad there, Rothwell? Or other TV brands are available. Just to let you know. We are not sponsored by anyone, as it currently stands. So, maybe when it comes to anything, we'll see what happens. Falcon has got past. If Falcon has got past that going to turn 1. Yeah, if you're anywhere else in the world, then enjoy your F1 TV. The 2 Aston Martin swapping places as of yet. We've got 12 laps left to go. Tacit having his second stop of the race. As we got a report from the Skypad that Killian seems to be struggling on his tyres, and there are reports of grains on his rear tyres. Maybe we'll be seeing Killian come in with maybe within a lap or 2. He has lost DRS from Codcamper. As Deflated Wee has gone into the wall. Deflated Wee's gone into the wall and he's lost his right end plate now as well. Apologies there. I did have a coughing fit, but luckily, as David would say if he was here in the comment, in the chat, hydrate. Hydrate is important. Drink your water. But Nico, Deflated Wee is going to pit, and is Deflated Wee going to replace his front wing? Let's see what he does. As Killian is still within DRS, as Deflated Wee is not going to replace his front wing. Okay, with the damage. Padge and Liam also come in. Alessio getting past Nico. Leo is out of this race, and that is in the pit lane. So Leo is going to be out of this race. Maybe just having a bit of damage. That will not bring out a safety car. So drivers have got nothing to worry about as it currently stands. as Codcamper is still leading the way through the castle section. Very, very respectful there. John is on his own. So is Ethan. So the only real battles you've got at the moment are between Nico and Alessio. But of course there are still a hope of strategies, and see how the strategies Nico going for the one stop, but Codcamper and everyone else doing a two stop. This could be interesting. Johnny B in the where should we put Johnny B in the pit lane, maybe saying that there could be another safety car on the cards. And Rothwell is on the skypad saying that deflated wing it's got no pace. Now that is understandable with the front wing damage. As John now comes in for what would be his final pit stop of the race. And maybe John hoping for another safety car to put himself into a better position. Of course, not after everyone has pit. And that guy also coming in. He is also on the one stop as Falcon is going to beat John out of the pit lane. They'll be in a Sauber sandwich. Yes, Padge has got past Wizard Mitten. His teammate is on very, very old hard tyres is Wizard Mitten. And that guy also coming out in P12. He's got 10 laps left. We've got 10 laps left of this race. As apologies there. The live stream did cut out there, so apologies for anything that you might have missed. But the live stream did cut out there. You didn't miss too much because I did manage to get the stream up very, very instantly. So apologies for that if anything was missed. But Flipperista get Killian in the pit lane now. So Killian is pit and he is into P7. So he has gone for the undercut on Codcamper. As maybe a bit of action down here between that guy and Wizardmit, and that guy getting past very easily. And Falcon now coming out of the pit lane. If Wizardmitten will be behind Falcon, contact there with the wall from Wizardmitten. But he will not receive any damage from that. Nico and Alessio still fighting out for P2. Nico on 16 lap old tyres. Yeah, Johnny B, are we back? Are we back? Just for clarification. I had a connection issue on my end. So Rothwell saying we back, so we're back. Apologies, I hope we didn't miss much. But Killian, just as a reminder, Killian has come in at the end of this lap, in the previous lap. Maybe someone get in contact with the wall there. It was about 20 seconds. Okay, that's fine. I got my stream chat was bugging out a little bit, and then I got told that the stream had stopped working. Deflated we getting past Flipperlista, and maybe even Killian looking at do the same. Flipperlista not coming into the pit lane there. Flipperlista will slot in behind of the Williams and the Sauber driver. But Codcamper still leading the way. He's got a very big gap. And we'll see what the gap is between... Not that one, it's this one. Gap to the leader. Killian has 18 seconds and pit stop loss is about 19 seconds. So it's going to be very, very close here between Codcamper and Killian when Codcamper does come into pit. Rothwell in the skypad repeating that Ethan will be going to the end of this race. He's got to go another 8 laps. And Rothwell also reporting that Codcamper might be trying to go to the end of this race. Of course, the hard tyres, you'd expect to do maybe 16 laps at a minimum. Most drivers see it coming into the pit lane, but if Codcamper could be well good on his tyres and Killian doesn't gain as much as you would hope, then maybe it is possible. But right now, Deflated Wee and Killian are side by side. I say side by side, but they're very, very close on track. As Nico comes into the pit lane after 18 laps on those tyres, so Ethan will go through to P3. Deflated Wee getting passed by Killian, so Killian is now up to P4. Flipplister getting past Nico in the pit lane as well. And Nico will slot in behind. Oh, sorry. Nico will slot in ahead of John. So, John with the warm tyres, Nico with the new tyres. Let's see what happens here between those two fighting out for P7 as it currently stands. Rothwell can confirm that the top three are aiming to make it to the end of this race. That is going to be big because Killian is on those fresh tyres and he's got a 14-second gap, so pitting now for the top three will put them out of contention for the win. But will Killian make it to the front of the pack? This could be very, very similar to Assist Hit Netherlands, where Sox pit for soft at the end of the race and made it past Killian to win the race. This could be very, very big and could very much cause, and especially when Deflated Wheat is looking to Yes, I did, Rothwell. What are you going to do about it? I just like to remind people who I am. That's all I'm doing. As if I haven't been streamer for the past 13 rounds of this season. But Nico making his way past Flipperlister, who is on very, very old hard tyres. More contact with the wall. Drivers getting very, very risky on exits. Of course, you see Deflated Weeder getting very, very close to the wall on the exit of turn 3 and now into 4. Killian, the main talking point of this race now is going to be if Killian can make it to the front of the grid. He's got 6 laps left to do so. This is going to be very, very exciting to the end. Do not go anywhere. Thank you very much, Steely. Killian Lowe is getting closer and closer to the back of Ethan. Of course, Ethan does have a 3-second time penalty, so I imagine Ethan will not be picking up too much of a fight as John has got past Flipperlister on this run down to turn 15. Maybe used a bit of battery to get past Flipperlister, and Flipperlister has officially lost DRS. Killian is he's just outside of DRS. This is big. Killian is just outside of DRS for this run to turn 1. Oh, Killian will not be able to get past Ethan just yet. Deflated Wheat also in the back. Nico setting the fastest lap of the race with a 1:42.7. Oh, Killian now will maybe be close enough. He does look like he is working his car off for it. He is not going to get it as Falcon gets past that guy into turn 1. But right now it does look like Codcamper is going to walk away. I say walk, he's going to run away or drive away, depending who you want to ask, with this race win. Unless Killian can make it past Ethan very soon. Ethan is doing a very, very good job at actually holding up Killian and Deflated Wee on those fresh tyres, so Ethan being... yeah, congratulations on Ethan to making it to lap 21. Of course, he didn't make it this far into the race on Tuesday in NA, but he's made it further than he would have thought. As now Killian will have the DRS, he is very much close enough to make the move. You might even see Deflated Wee go for it as well. Killian pulls over to the right on the right hand side of the track, and so will Deflated Wee. It's a double pass for Deflated Wee and Killian. They both get past Ethan. Deflated Wee will could potentially look at overtaking Killian. I don't know why he would. I think he might just want to sit in the back of the Williams, as it will have better straight line speed than the Sauber car that Deflated Wee is in for this week. Flipperlister in the pit lane right now. I mean, I don't know about that, Jollibee. I think it might just be a congratulations. But Ethan right now being the closest batter with Nico. Ethan is definitely struggling, as Rothwell did say in the Skypad. We need to create a name. If you can come up with a good name for our version of Skypad, I will use it in next week's stream. Get your suggestions in the chat and in the Discord. Of course, if you would like to join the Discord and join these races, you're very much welcome to. If you would like to join, we can get you a message on Discord, and you can go on to our Instagram, our YouTube. There will be a link wherever you go to find it. I can put you in contact with people who will get you in the league if you would like to join. As Rothwell has said, the iPad. I think that is very, very close to being trademarked, but I love it. I gotta be honest, I love it. Nico getting past Ethan. Ethan is falling further and further down the order. He does have that 3-second time penalty, which, as it currently stands with 3 laps remaining, would keep him ahead of John. But John is on those fresher medium, the fresher medium tyres even. But right now is John losing out on tyre grip with those medium tyres, and even though they're 7 laps old, who knows what could happen. We are 3 laps left in this race, which does mean we are 1 lap out of a final safety car period. Someone has gone straight on in turn 1, that is Flipperlister, who has gone into the wall. Not got any damage though, so that's very, very lucky. He's gone into the wall there as well, but no damage to be seen. Codcamper still walking away with this. He's got a 3.7 gap right now to Alessio, and Killian is 6.7 seconds out, and maybe at the point in time where I think that the hard tyres would be past their best, and even with Killian being on 6 lap old mediums as he goes over the curb there, Deflated Wee also going into the wall. But right now the point gap difference between P1 and 4, so Codcamper would be getting 25 points and Deflated Wee would be getting 12 based on the IIRL point system. No, wouldn't you be getting 15? That's my apologies. Deflated Wee will be getting 15 points for this gap of 10 points, which means the championship fight does go on to next week in Imola. It'll be in Imola next week for the penultimate round of the Realistic Tier Championship. Is it? Yeah, round 14. Right now, Killian just looking for a way to Persian. Reports in the Skypad as Flipperlister gets past that guy. Report in the iPad that Rothwell is saying that Killian is maybe panicking over Nico more than he is panicking about not being able to catch up to Codcamper. Right now, Killian's maybe worried should just be about keeping. Maybe Killian is right to be worried about Nico. Nico is very, very quick as it currently stands. Speedy, yes, yes. Ethan is also hoping not to be passed by John, who, I mean, John does have not having 3-second time penalty, so John's round! John is round! No way! John has got slightly over the curve, and Ethan might actually be able to keep P6. He got what he wanted. That is a curse if I've ever seen on Wizardbin getting a 3-second time penalty here. What, Rothwell, what is that? Wait, Codcamper's got wing damage. Codcamper went into turn 1. Could Alessio, with that wing damage, be on for a win on his return to the Alpine? He's got 1.8 seconds. This could be close. During this little windy section at the end of turn 1, start exit of sector 1 and the start of sector 2. It's at 1.6 seconds. Reports of Ethan being at 70% tyre wear. John is outside of the 3-second window as it currently stands. Deflated Wheat and Nico still looking for a way past Killian, but right now Alessio is 1.4 seconds off. It's 1.5 now. We're halfway through the penultimate lap here. Do not go anywhere. I don't have teeth. I'm doing like some laser eye pose. I don't know why. But it's 1.6 seconds. I feel like I'm losing my voice now. But it's 1.7. I don't think it's going to be for Alessio tonight. Codcamper, even with that wing damage. We'll see right now as Wizardmitten pits onto the soft tyre, looking for the fastest lap. It's 1.6 seconds going onto the final lap of this race. As Rothwell is saying that Cod has not said anything for over 10 laps to his radio. That is big. He is trying to knuckle down. He's trying to get this win. As we enter the final lap of the race now, it's 1.6 seconds. Will Alessio have the tyre wear? They're both on 20 lap old hards, and right now maybe you would expect Alessio to be the quicker driver, and it's gone still at 1.6 seconds, 1.4 seconds now. Alessio getting the better exit out of turn 2. It's 1.3. If Alessio can get within DRS by the end of this lap, he might be in a running for the victory here as he on his return to the Alpine seat. As Flippalista also gets past Falcon. We've got a yellow flag. That is Tacit. Tacit is in the wall at turn 7. That is not what Tacit would have won. It's 1.3 seconds now. 1.3 seconds for Alessio. 1.2 now through the castle section. Codcamper's got to be very careful not to hit all very, very close there from Codcamper. He does look like he's carrying a bit more confidence than Alessio. Alessio, big slide there on the exit of the castle section. It looks like it has cost him the chance of getting DRS here. So unless Codcamper has a major mistake going into now, but he doesn't, so it does look like it is going to be a win for Codcamper. There is no reason to breathe, Johnny B. This is big. Codcamper now is very much safe. Going into this, he's got 1.6 second gap there. Alessio does not have DRS, so that is going to be a win for the less winged Codcamper. Alessio will cross the line to finish P2. That's another win for Codcamper. Killian has been able to keep P3. Oh, very, very close there from Deflated Weak. Getting very, very close on the line. They might have tried going for an equal thing. Nico gets P5. Ethan will cross the line P6 but get P7 as John goes into the wall. That is P6 for John on after the race finish. Padge is on for a great result of P8 here. Of course, Padge does not like taking part in qualifying. He'll always do one lap and then retire. So Padge will cross the line P8, Flipperlister P9. Falcon will cross the line P10 on his return, or on his debut for a realistic tier. That guy will cross the line P11 after not doing qualifying. Nothing complains about that. Will Wizard Mitten get the fast lap of this race? That is the next question. Oh, the race is in the wall. So Wizard Mitten might have hoped to get the fast lap of the race here. He's got wing damage now after that hit to the wall. And we'll see right now if he does get it. Ethan, you got a 3-second time penalty that counts as a bottle to me. As Wizard Mitten now coming to the line now, will he be able to get the fast lap of the race? We'll see if he can get anywhere close to it, as he doesn't, unfortunately. So that will be the end of the race for Victor Tassett, who has not had a fun race, we'll put it that way. Tassett has struggled, but he will cross the line and get 3 points for his effort. As Ethan saying he's getting his 3-second time penalty removed. We'll see. As Codcamper will celebrate his race win, very, very questionable race win towards the end there. Very, very sketchy. Looked like Alessio could maybe catch on into the DRS and maybe push himself for the victory, but it was not to be tonight. As the champagne or water or whatever is in those bottles will be sprayed everywhere. Have a drink, have a celebration for the Haas driver for this evening. And that is in-game driver of the day to Alessio, as I will reveal my driver of the day in the Discord post-race. But that is Codcamper crossing the line P1, finishing P1, Alessio P2 on return, Killian P3, Deflated Wee P4, Nico P5, John P6, Ethan P7, Padge P8, Flipperlister P9, Falcon P10, that guy P11, Wizard Mitten P12, Tassett P13, and our DNFs of Leo and Rothwell. Well, that was a very, very interesting race at the end. Codcamper thought, putting the excuses out there that he thought he would make the race interesting at the end. Reasons are reasons. Nico also saying that the pace was there. No. Yeah, I can imagine Wizard and that drive-through did not help you in the slightest. Of course, that's not what you want to see from. Of course, it's something you can very, very easily get caught out with when it comes to safety car moments. But we have had a safety car this week now, so hopefully there'll be none on Sunday. But right, that is going to be it, as I have another coughing fit coming on for the race this evening. We have the assist tier race on Sunday, which will basically be the coronation of Killian for the assist tier championship, in which you'll be joined probably by Deflated Wee. And then there'll be the first race in Imola on Tuesday, which you'll have a streamer of choice. I don't know who it's going to be yet, but that will be you'll find out on Tuesday. And I will be back next week for Imola, where there is the potentiality of crowning Codcamper as the first realistic tier champion. You'll have to come back 7 p.m. UK, find out what it is in your local time zone. Other time zones are available. But I was going to say something about someone else saying goodbye first, but I'm on my own. So that is going to be... Please make sure to join in the races if you would like to. You can get in contact with the stream and we will try and find you a place. We'll try and get you an invite to the Discord, in which you can race in races like that if you want to, or you can race in NA or assist tier. But come back Sunday evening, 7:30 p.m. UK time, or anytime. I will be back next week.